Okay, here's the helipro Blackhawk450se and transmitter and two of the batteries. The stock battery, I usually put it in the front, like so, because of its size and weight. And the other batteries, I put them on their side the other direction. So they fit in like so. At the moment I have two of the motor wires unplugged so I can show you what the transmitter does. So, turn on the transmitter, have this switch away from you, the other switch away from you, throttle all the way down. Then I take this one here, flip it up towards you, that's the throttle hold. Then, plug in the battery, let it initialize. It would do 3 beeps with the, there's some beeps with the motor right now, but it's unplugged. So, with the right collective, moves forward, backward, right and left. So, again, we got forward, backward, to the right, to the left. Motor's unplugged so it won't spool up, but if I go to mid-stick, the swash is level, and we have 0 degrees of blade pitch. So, that's normal mode. And then we have full collective at full stick. So there's only a couple of degrees of negative pitch for the full first half of the throttle until you get to mid-stick. From mid-stick up is where you get all of your pitch. Now, if I flip this one up, this is your idle up switch, and that puts you into full range. So now at mid-stick you still get 0, but then you get full positive, back to 0 degrees, and full negative. So you have full collective range on the cyclic, or the collective, and the cyclic stick still stirs the swash plate. So, put that back down to 0, put that back down into normal, throttle hold is still on. So, the switches, or the knobs, this one here is a dial that turns full up and full down, and what it does is it moves the swash plate up and down. This is your hover pitch. This isn't exactly something I use very often. I kind of set it in one place where I like it and leave it. That'll basically, when you put your stick at mid-stick, 0 degrees, your head speed is spinning, you can adjust this knob and it'll give it a little bit of more pitch or negative pitch to adjust where your center point is in relation to where you're flying. If you have it set at a lower, then hovering at mid-stick would be a little lower than middle, or it could be a little above. So that one, for sake of argument, let's put it up about 12 o'clock. I think that's where I had it. This other one here is your gyro gain. This one here, straight up and down, is no gyro gain. This one here to the left puts it into rate mode, and when you turn it to the right, puts it into heading hold mode. So, the gyro, when I put it into rate mode, there's no LED light lit up. When I move it to middle, there's nothing. When I move it into heading hold, the light comes on. That's how you tell the difference. So, I like to have this one. When I set it up to fly it, I had it a little bit high, and that seemed to work well. And the rudder, there's right stick, there's left stick. So, everything's functioning, everything's working. And again, on the transmitter, all your trim tabs, you know, if it starts to fall one direction or the other, your trim tabs will adjust it left or right. That's your cyclic stick, that's your hover pitch. This is your throttle hold when it's towards you. That'll disable the motor and allow you all the servo functions still. Flip that away from you and the heli will initialize. So that's throttle hold. This one over here, this is your normal when it's away from you, normal flight mode, and that gives you negative 1 or 2 degrees pitch here, 0 degrees pitch at the middle, and full collective at the top. I think we were about 10. This here, flip that up, now gives you your full range of collective. So, turn that off, turn that down, turn that off. And the default on the transmitter is set to everything off. So if you accidentally do what I just did, turn the transmitter off before the helicopter, it won't spool up. So let me disconnect that battery. Plug the motor wires back in. Okay, and everything is good to go. I'm going to turn this off. Everything down, everything where we want it. Turn it back on. Flip the throttle hold. Now I'm going to plug in the helicopter. And now it's ready. So we still have our full collective and our pitch rate, full cyclic. Here's our throttle stick, and we have our degrees of pitch, but nothing will happen because the throttle hold is on. If I were to take over here, click the throttle hold down, then I will start to get the motor to spool up. So keep that off. If I were to accidentally flip the idle up switch right now, it will go to full power because the throttle hold is off. So if I kick that up, that is motor throttle cut. And then I kick this one, nothing happens except for the blade pitch. If you do that any other way, the helicopter's going to spool up full speed, so be careful. So that's the helicopter. That's what everything does. I'm going to pack her up.